The Square Ball Podcast.
Hello, welcome to the show. It's brought to you in association with Levi Solicitors. levisolicitors.co.uk/the Square Ball for a 10% discount on your legal fees. That's for all their services. Wills, probate, conveyancing, Michael.
Just 3 of them.
That's just a mere 3.
It's the tip of the iceberg. But what a lovely tip.
Thank you. You can get 15% off on those big 3 services mentioned. There are loads more for you personally and for your business as well, but 15% off for a limited time. Details of that over on the Phil Hay Monday Club. Start the show there, either watch it or listen to it, and you'll get the details. 15% discount on wills, probate and conveyancing. In the meantime, levisolicitors.co.uk/the Square Ball. Time for part 3, and it's the Ken Bates Villain of the Week award. As the first half, or the first serving, the first course of heroes and villains here, which we subdivide into a number of subcategories, including petty grievances and genuine candidates. So, do we have any petty grievances to file away? First of all, that's basically petty grievances. We're not going to win it. They're not going to win it, but we just need to register a mild bit of dissatisfaction.
I mean, I think Marco's been harsh to nominate Allardyce first week, but he has nominated him for I cannot watch that fucking face chewing like a horse for 3 more games.
Gonna have to do.
Yeah, you are going to see it.
Just it's basic table manners, though, that isn't it? The whole chewing aspect. So
we've criticised Thomas Frank for it in the past, haven't we? So
yeah,
it's only right.
And anyone else?
Matt W. Nominates Firpo. Bit brainless again for letting Mahrez cut inside onto his left foot. But, Allardyce did say afterwards that it's quite difficult to stop that doing, because it's basically what he's made his entire career doing, Riyad Mahrez.
Right, so as for genuine candidates for villains, nobody gets a mention. Wedge doesn't want any villains, just positive vibes only. It's all that Wedge has got left. Other than that, Orta, Man City things, Mahrez, Gundogan, Guardiola, Man City's fans.
Yeah, I mean, the idea of them being 2 up and leaving on the 80th minute, just because, they've got Real Madrid next week, and it's better to get back to the car.
It is a bit like that. Because the expansion of their fan base, like the core fans who've been going for years. We've done the guide to this week is going back to 2002, when Terry Venables' Leeds United beat them 3-0 at Ellen Road, season opener after O'Leary had left, and that was very much Man City, the original version of Man City. It has changed since then into what it is now. But the expansion of their fans into the bigger stadium, it's almost like a theatre-going kind of vibe about it with the extra fans.
I think it was Click did an interview in Poland recently where he compared the Etihad to playing at a theatre, because he was saying, referring to the game last season when we got beat 7-0 and all he could hear was the Leeds fans until the end. They're pointlessly good. It's
taken all the jeopardy out of supporting a football team, hasn't it?
Kind of sucks the fun out of their own success. It's like when they beat Gracia's Watford in the FA Cup final, and that was 6-0 or something. At the end of that game, you could just hear the Watford fans singing, and the City fans weren't even really celebrating their goals, because scored another one, have we?
Well, that's the thing. It's like we're coming off the back of them playing Real Madrid in the Bernabeu last night, and didn't they go out of it last year in the semi-final to Real Madrid? And there's almost a kind of, you've got another one next year. Don't worry about it.
It's funny from listening to City Extra, because then obviously earlier in the season they were not top of the league and Arsenal were favourites. But listening to them then, they're going, why do we always do this? Why is this always the City way? It's like, haven't you won it like 4 years out of 5 or something, and you're going to win it again this year? It's like, fucking hell, lads. You've got dominance, even like Scum in the 90s weren't this dominant. Like, you finish every season on about 100 points.
Yeah.
Like, there is no jeopardy. There's no jeopardy in this. You've got all the best players and the best manager. Like, there is nothing complicated about this.
It is like when you were a kid and you'd play FIFA on the easy setting, and you'd score 8 goals each game, and then eventually you start to think, what's the point? I'm just doing the same thing each time, like I'm scoring the same goal.
That's why I
time.
tweeted from the Square Ball account during the second half of that Man City game that it was just boring. It's like there's just you can't compete, can you? Because the levels are so far apart, from where we are to where they are, and it is a problem, as Phil said on the Phil Hay show. He said it's a problem that the Premier League kind of has to think about. Does football want to be this uncompetitive? Does it want to concentrate all the power and success into the hands of so few clubs? It's there needs to be cycles, don't there? I mean, there may be a different cycle comes around when you take out Guardiola from that dynamic.
You're going to have him bumped off?
I was thinking he just might leave.
Oh, okay.
Speak for yourself.
They're suggesting he's taken out.
Do you know a guy?
I won't be Pat Bamford, eh?
Hey. But do you know what I mean? Like, so we know from our own experience how important a coach is, and that changing coaches can alter the dynamic of things.
Well, look,
so
I
much.
suppose you look at Scum, don't you? Like they felt. Yeah, I know they had Arsenal came in and Chelsea with the money wobbled them for a bit, and then Man City, but it felt like they were always going to be up there. And then Ferguson went and sort of. I mean, they still bump around the top 4, don't they? But they're nothing like they were. So
yeah, as well as Chelsea proved, though, you can put a coach in who doesn't quite work, and then you get an owner who's going absolutely crackers with buying players, and none of it quite fits together. So
hey, Lampard's turned it around there.
He has in recent weeks.
He's turned it around with a win.
Anyway, so other candidates: Andy Madley, the ref.
Well, I've got a theory actually.
And Weston McKennie.
Well, yeah, just because
things.
Just because of Weston McKennie things, but I've got a theory about Andy Madley.
Expensive things. No, please don't libel him.
No, as we covered. I'm not mad libeling him. Tom is the one who calls him a Leeds-hating dog-shining bastard. But bear in mind the Huddersfield thing. Who scored the goals for Man City?
Gundogan.
How do you spell that? What word's in the middle of it?
Gundog.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
Does it?
We need to go through his games and see how many other
K9 related.
Yeah, how many other K9 related goal scorers there are.
I'm glad you've made that what is clearly a very obvious joke, Michael.
It's going to be a hell of an offshoot YouTube channel that you're creating. You and Matt Letizia.
Me and Matt.
Tin foil on your head. Thanks for that. Now I have to decide whether that stays in. Who's your villain of the week?
Man City stuff.
Just the whole concept.
The whole
of it.
thing, isn't it?
Play Calvin as well, you miserable bastards. Is the only joyous thing about your club.
Fine. Player of the year and scores on the doors for the Man City game.
It did get better. Just about.
Man of the match, Rodrigo with a bang on 7 average. Did only one person vote?
There wasn't as much feedback as normal because I think everyone just looked at this game and went,
Meh. Your low scorer then
matter,
was
does it?
Rocker, and Strauch was just above him. The ref actually outscored the pair of them.
Says a lot about this game that Brendan Aronson gets 3.91, and I completely forgot he played. Quite frankly, it really was just a blank afternoon.
Yeah, the scores ranged from just over 3 to 7. Robles scoring quite high, which is good. Verber as well. Allardyce getting just sub 6. Are we going to have an offshoot manager of the year competition here as well?
It's going to be Scoobs, I think.
Right.
Probably.
I think he deserves it, quite frankly.
As for player of the year and how it affects that, Adams again stays top of it by sitting this one out. Talk of him being back in training now and being back for the Spurs game potentially.
If he wants to win this award, he's best off not.
No.
Stay sat out. You'll win this. If you can just not play again, you'll definitely win this award, Tyler.
And with the averages creeping down, Verber and Dan James separated only by 1/100th of a thing. So we've got Adams top, Verber second, Dan James is third, Willie Nonto fourth, only separated by the thinnest of margins, with Click not far off in your top 5. So
yeah, so another bad game from Verber or Nonto will see Click and James climb into the top 3 potentially.
We have to really think about the format here, don't we?
There's also a very good chance that a couple of clean sheets and Joel Robles wins it.
Yeah.
Or it's still there for like Sonny Perkins to come off the bench and score the goal that keeps us up.
And that's it, player of the season.
That's player of the season.
To be honest, the way that the season's gone, I'd be all for it.
Yeah.
Give it to somebody for a one-game performance.
And down the bottom, our record signing and potential equal record signing, Weston McKennie and Jorginho Rutter are down the bottom there.
Oh dear. The
Gaetano
Barada Hero of the Week award is next. Candidates for this. We have Leeds candidates, non-Leeds candidates. Not many, actually.
No.
In this one, again, it's another fallow week. So hero nominations, Big Sam, Robles, Rodrigo and Verber.
I mean, Big Sam's nomination from wedges, why not? Which isn't a reason.
No. I never thought we could possibly have Big Sam as a hero candidate, which is weird, isn't it?
That was basically our reaction when we hired him. It was, why not, I guess. That's as best as you can say about him.
Roll the dice and all that. Haaland, as non-Leeds candidates, gets a mention as well for his profligate shooting against us at the Etihad.
Didn't score last night either, did he?
No.
Useless.
Do you know why? Facing a team in all white.
Yeah, maybe.
Echoes. Mental echoes.
Or Real Madrid are good would be another reason he didn't score. I don't know why he didn't score against us. That can only be some sort of weird psychological block.
Glitch in the Matrix. Yeah. Who is your leading candidate here.
I mean, Robles got quite a few nominations. Didn't do anything wrong particularly. I know Moscow was trying to pin some blame on him yesterday, but
we know he hates keepers, doesn't he? As we've seen.
No, he likes Meslier.
He makes compilation videos of young keepers.
Well, that is, yeah, he wouldn't mess with Robles. He looks quite a big unit. Whereas flimsy Bailey Peacock Farrell.
Okay.
Premier League goalkeeper again, isn't he? Is he? Is he still at Burnley?
Yep.
Really? Is it bloody hell?
What are you leaning towards with this, by the way?
Hero?
Yeah.
Whoever, really.
Yeah.
Rodrigo scored.
A
Is that enough?
A darling player, as Alice says. Doesn't get enough unconditional love from Leeds fans, and he deserves it. I must admit, I'm still a bit bitter about Rodrigo, sort of the way the last 2 seasons went. But, that's me just being cynical.
But what we can do now Orta's gone under the bus, is we can pin all of this on him. Every bad decision that's been made since we got promoted, just pin it on Orta. So he's the reason why Rodrigo can't press.
That seems fair enough.
Mm?
Yeah. This is Hero, though, isn't it? So we can't... I mean, Harrison nominates relegation. Just the sooner we can accept it, the better it'll feel.
You've put this one in because you and Harrison are... You're Harrison, aren't you?
The better it'll feel when we inevitably stay up, is what he says. But I just think the better it'll feel when we just know. It's better to be certain, isn't it?
It is, yeah, certainty.
I'd probably go Haaland, because I do feel like all the good vibes that did come out of the weekend were basically because he missed a load of chances. And he's a Leeds boy. Let's say he did it on purpose, even though he did look quite frustrated by the whole thing.
Yeah, it's weird because Big Sam got what was it? What was his score? 5 point something, wasn't it?
5.94-ish.
5.94, which isn't bad, but if Haaland puts those chances away, he probably gets about 3, doesn't he? Even though the performance is exactly the same.
And that one where he kicked it onto his own foot was funny.
That was brilliant. That's like something I could do.
Slapstick comedy, that, yeah.
It's great to see when you see like a really someone who's exceptional at something doing something absolutely terrible.
That you could do.
That I could do.
Yeah.
Did you see Lionel Richie at at that concert, by the way? Very similar. He did it. I only saw a clip of it. He played the coronation concert thing.
Oh, I didn't see that. What?
He goes, meow. He's doing some strange noises in it. It's worth looking up.
Like a cat.
It's a bit like the Elton John. I'm standing.
Oh, yeah.
That one. It's on a par with that.
Is he not still got it, or is it? What?
It was a way off.
Right.
It was a way off the mark.
Could you sing Lionel Richie's hits for us? In the style of Robbie Savage?
Maybe another
Dressed
day.
as a Smurf.
I don't. The Smurf thing's not happening, is it? By the way, that's good news.
It is. Well, you're so negative. Stay up, and in fact, it is going to happen. We're going to get you a Smurf costume.
If it's still on for the final day, I might consider it.
Will you go to Ellen Road in it? Let's say we win 2 games now out of 2, and we're
already safe.
And we're safe. Will you go to Ellen Road dressed as a Smurf?
I want to see us get relegated with you dressed as a Smurf. I'm not blue paint crying.
No, he said if we stay up, he'll do it, but he won't if we go down.
If we're safe by the final day, I'll go dressed as a Smurf
for the whole game.
But we're not going to be, so it's fine. I'm not even sure if I suppose it is.
Come on, Leeds players.
It is mathematically possible, isn't it? But we're not staying up, so it's fine. I might have to come here and hastily blue up if we manage to beat Spurs, but I'm not feeling it.
You never feel it though.
But you do. So what are you going to do?
Laugh at you.
Oh, okay.
I'm not the one who's committed to dressing as a Smurf.
I don't think I did either. I don't know why.
We asked you if you would, and you've bowed to peer pressure.
Oh, okay.
In the most shambolic, pathetic way, quite frankly.
Feels a bit like you want to dress up as a Smurf to me.
Yeah. Why not?
Finally, those secrets make it to the public arena. Have we got a winner then? Is it Haaland? I don't want to give it to Haaland. He gets enough. He gets paid enough. He's going to win awards. He's going to win Player of the Year in the Premier League. He doesn't deserve this.
Joe Robles and his chin dimple. Give it to him. It's a good chin.
Okay. Prepared to do that. And hopefully he responds with another good performance against Newcastle, assuming that he stays in.
So, well, Meslier made a mistake last year against Newcastle, didn't he? That Shelby free kick. In fact, it could have all been so different if Robles had played in that game. I know we didn't have him at that time, but still.
Fucking Arter.
Exactly, that's what it's all about, Rob. Chuck him under the bus. So giving it to Robles then. I'm not giving it to Haaland. It's too bloody four-lock tugging. I'm not having it.
It is, yeah.
He gets enough. So Robles, well done, and don't let us down this weekend then. There we go. Show wrapped up for this week, the weekly show. All looking forward to the weekend?
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
I am. You're alive at these games.
You do.
Someone did also make the point that it might be the last 2 Premier League games we see for a while. So I thought, you know what, I might as well enjoy it.
Thanks for joining us on this one. We'll see you soon.
The Square Ball Podcast.